from Counterproductive the other day. It is this custom Trigger 4 Plus mounting panel so that I got somewhere to put the trigger module underneath my hood. So you can see here, I have just mounted my trigger module with a zip tie. It's just kind of been sitting right here. So we're going to try to make that a little better now. So here is the switch box mount that Counterproductive made to fit the trigger here. I think I probably sent him the wrong measurements because the holes don't line up perfectly. So that's entirely on me. That's not anything to do with his manufacturing process or anything. Two of the holes do line up, and that's really all I need. So you can see here, it's designed to mount on these. I've drilled holes in here before, so that's why there's these other holes. But the holes that are actually in this little bulkhead here, it's designed to line up with those. So you are going to have to do like a riv nut or something, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to drill this out and make room so I can put a couple riv nuts in those existing holes, and then get this thing mounted, and then mount the trigger. So here is everything that I'm going to need to get this thing mounted. Got the step bits so I can make that hole bigger easily, or the two holes that the panel's going to mount to. Got riv nuts, some washers, and I'm going to use button head bolts because I don't think it really needs to be torqued down that much. So I'm going to try those. I do have some hex. These are M6, which is what the holes are designed to accommodate. And then of course my riv nut tool, which is going to let me install the riv nuts. So you probably can't really see, but there's markings on here. I'm going to step this up, step the hole size up to 3/8, which will work with the M6 riv nut, which is 1, 2, 3. That's the fourth step on this bit here. All right, so you can see the two holes I'm working with here. They're already on this bulkhead, so you don't need to worry about drilling any holes or anything, which is nice. Just need to make these larger. So here we go. So of course you want to make sure you touch up the bare metal on the holes. So this is all I got is some white spray paint right now. I'm going to use this tube to keep it from getting all over the place. Not exactly the right color, but I don't really care that much. Alright, got the riv nuts sitting in there, so hopefully I got enough room to use my tool here. Okay, cool. That one's in. Well, that one's in too, but now I gotta get the tool out. Alright. Got them both in. So now, and he's also made one of the holes slightly larger so you can adjust it a little bit. Alright, test fit is good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and mount this thing since I need to get underneath to be able to tighten the screws. Alright, so got it mounted. Just use these screw holes here and a couple small bolts. So I'm putting the battery out, or the battery connection side out towards the battery obviously, and then all of the wiring for lights and stuff is going to go back under here. Pretty solid. That's all it needs to do. That looks so much better than what I was doing before. This is a nice piece of gear to have, because there really is nowhere good under the hood here to actually mount something like this, whether you're doing like a relay box or, you know, a Trigger 4+ like I've got here. You know, there's pretty limited space under the hood here to actually mount stuff, so this is nice. I'm very, very happy with this. So a bit more of a close-up here. So you can see I pulled all my extra, I got 4 total switches on this thing, so only one of them's hooked up right now, which is going to my chase lights. Ran the other 3 here so I can get to them easily. And there it is, bolted on. Got room for the antennas here. Fits nicely next to the fuse box. This is a little tight coming out, but I don't think it's a problem. I was gonna zip tie it to the wiring harness, but this needs to come out occasionally, probably because you need to be able to get to the top of the shock body. And I do have coilovers, you can see here, so they have an adjustment screw on the top, but I rarely ever adjust these front ones. Actually, I don't think I ever have. I have them set to as soft as they'll go because it's more comfortable. So the only time that'll need to come off is for like an alignment or something, because the alignment screws for the coilovers are on the top. So it should be easy enough for my shop to just pull that off, flip this out of the way, and still be able to access the top of the shock. But yeah, very happy with this. Thank you, Counterproductive. Another quality piece of gear. So here is what the trigger that I just mounted up front is powering right now. This is the only thing I've got hooked up to the switches, is the chase lights. And this bracket is also made by Counterproductive. You can see here though that if you have like an eCamper or something, it's not going to work because the light is going to hit. It might work if you maybe figured out a way to mount the light upside down instead. I can't really say one way or the other because I don't have an eCamper, obviously. But pretty simple design. Just bolts right on, right here where the strut mount is. So here's where I decided to mount my switches for the trigger. It's right here in front of the stick shift, so it's super easy to reach. The chase lights are right next to the button for my backup camera, so I can hit those at the same time pretty easily, which is nice. My camera flickers a little bit sometimes. It's a wireless connection. And here is the phone that pretty much stays in the car all the time. This is how I monitor my EcoFlow in the back, and also the Trigger 4+ comes with an app so you can control the lights and stuff via Bluetooth, so you can turn stuff on and off there also. And this double DIN radio panel is also made by Counterproductive, so really front to back this whole setup is Counterproductive, which is great because he makes really good stuff. He does not make the extra large version of this anymore, which is what I have. It has this extra little flap that comes off for mounting more stuff. I have obviously gone a little overboard, but he does still make just the regular double DIN radio panel, which gives you, you know, the option to be able to mount RAM mounts and stuff. So another useful product from Counterproductive.